Hi guys, it's Lo. Apologies right now, I'm kind of sick, so I might sound terrible. But I really wanted to make this video tonight while I had time. Hi, so it's me again, and I'm gonna be talking about customizing your fandom experience, which is something that I didn't even really understand until about a year ago when I was having like a not so hot time in fandom. I was feeling a lot of negative energy in the community. And I had someone come to me and be like, look, you have to realize that your experience here is yours and you can control and customize almost every aspect of it. So if something's not making you happy, you have to take it out of the equation or change it. And it was real advice and was something that I took to heart. So this fandom, One Direction fandom, seems to bear a lot of tensions between the different factions of fans, between the fans and the outside world. So it can get a little messy, and I'm just going to talk about a few ways that you can start making it a more positive experience for yourself. I'm going to start breaking it down by platform. So let's start with Tumblr because I feel like One Direction is pretty Tumblr oriented. First of all, the first thing you should know about fandom on Tumblr is you don't go in the tracked tags. If that's how you're searching for things, that's unfortunate. I really don't recommend that. Instead, I would try going to the Tumblr of a very social fan or a fan who archives a lot and go through their recommendations or their personal tags for things. I would not search Tumblr tags for stuff. That way lies madness. So that's just something you should know. Second, if receiving asks is something that stresses you out, you can turn them off. You don't have to have them. Or if you just want asks from people that you follow or who follow you, you have the power to do that. You can turn off anonymous asks. So that is a good way to cut down if you're receiving negative comments from anonymous people and it's like ruining your life. Just turn them off. There's no need to subject yourself to that further. Or if there is a user specifically who's giving you a lot of trouble, you can block them or report them. On LiveJournal, you have a lot of privacy settings, pretty extensive, and you can fully lock everything down to your friends list, which is nice and a viable option. If what stresses you out is the possibility of people who you don't know seeing your fic, you can lock just your fic down, or if it's the personal entries, you can lock those down, or if you want to keep a separate community for your fic, you can do that. And you can have stipulations for that community, like must join the community with or without like moderation or like approval or whatever, right? So you can do that. I know there are people who knock privacy settings and it's a little upsetting because I super think that we all need to respect what each other need to do to be happy in fandom. So if what you need to do to feel safe and relaxed and comfortable here in fandom is to lock your writing down or your art down or your everything down, then that should be respected because we should just be trying to minimize stress in fandom as much as possible. So do what you need to do, honestly, and the people who matter to you will, adapt. A big source of contention that I've noticed is anon memes. Anon memes can be cool places if you can disassociate and remain objective and not let them taint the rest of your fandom experience. But I'm not one of those people, and I know that there are a lot of people who are not those kinds of people. So it was like tainting the way I saw everything and everyone in fandom. Until someone like came and smacked me upside the head and said, this is a really fun place and this is a really fun time. And if that's what's ruining your experience, then stay off of them. So that's the same advice that I'm going to pass on to you. If you're a person who can, read them or likes to participate in them, and that's fine, but if you're someone who's being hurt by them, just stay out, because the conversation that's worth any merit on Anon memes or the recommendations that get passed around on Anon memes can be found other places in fandom. You can get them from friends, you can get them from the people you follow on Tumblr. I participate in fandom a lot on Twitter, and recommendations and just interesting stuff gets passed all around my Twitter feed all the time. So maybe that's an option for you too. Which, by the way, Twitter is lockable. You can make your privacy setting. You can put yourself on private on Twitter too. So all that stuff can be found through other channels besides Anon memes. If the gossip is what you want, like, the One Direction photos and whatever, there are other communities on LiveJournal and on like Tumblrs that you can follow that post the exact same stuff. There's no content on an Anon meme that you can't find somewhere else. So if that's what's doing you in, then you just need to remove yourself from the equation. You have a responsibility to your happiness. You do. And you can't go around being sad but not willing to change anything to make yourself happier. So if locking your journal or turning off asks or not participating or reading Anon memes is stuff that you have to do to have a happy finish experience, then that's the music you need to face. And I promise you, within weeks, your finish experience is going to feel so much better. That's pretty much the advice that I have to impart to you in a 5-minute time frame. Real quick, if you guys want to email us comments or leave them on the YouTube pages, every few weeks we'll have a comment roundup where we'll reply to people. So that could be something that if you guys have input about a subject or have a suggestion or just a nice comment, go ahead and leave it and we'll get back to you. Okay? Bye guys, see you next time.